This is a favorite app of mine. It's called Go Skywatch. When I was down in the Okefenokee Swamp with the scouts, we were debating, or the adults and the scouts were debating, if something in the sky was a planet or a star. Now, stars twinkle, planets don't. And it was clear to me that it was Sirius, the dog star. And so yeah, I'm showing you Jupiter right now on this thing. I did some voiceover on this when I was doing the screen recording, but apparently it didn't record my voice. I don't know what I did wrong. But this is awesome. If you look, there's a nebula, and it's going to show us some. That's the Orion Nebula. That's just what we're trying to get to. So if you look a little to the left of the Orion Nebula, I think it'll bring it back to you in a minute. Should be Sirius, but right above this little dot is Jupiter, and so this app for me was like $4, and I spent there's Jupiter again. I spent a whole lot of my 20s carrying a Peterson's guide, and I go up to the Smokies, and there's Sirius. So this is important to know where Sirius is, because just pointing to there's the nebula, there's the Orion Nebula, which means we're in the Orion constellation, and there's the belt, and the belt points at Sirius. So the nebula is in the starboard. The Orion Nebula is in the starboard, and down here is Rigel, and then up in the shoulder is Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse. Anyhow, what I was saying was I had a Peterson's guide for years, and I would look in the sky and say, hey, there's the Big Dipper. And then I go, oh, there's the Big Dipper over there. There's no positive feedback mechanism. But with this app, it gives you feedback. And it lets you see things like, right now it's showing you that Jupiter is visible in the sky, but Uranus and Neptune are in the sky, but not visible with the naked eye. And so the app gives you this positive feedback. You can look in the sky and go, I think that's Mars, and then point the app at it and go, it's definitely Mars. Now, if you need to, like what I'm showing you here, is you can select Jupiter, and it will take you to it. And there's Jupiter right there. And here's my funny lighting on my tree. And if we come up here, there's Orion. And there's the starboard with the nebula in it. And there's the starboard. Orion's belt points to Sirius. And up there is Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse. Oh, it's going to be fun tonight. Isn't that cool? It's amazing to be living in a time where a cell phone is looking through my personal light pollution, cloud cover, trees, and city light pollution, and seeing a constellation that strongly. I mean, look. Not only do we see Betelgeuse, we see the nebula, we see the scabbard, we see the belt, and we see Sirius. And that was what I was trying to remember. The belt points to Sirius. It's kind of cool. What a beautiful night sky tonight. There's 2 other planets in the sky, but we can't see them with the naked eye. I love Jupiter. This is a fun one to look at with a 10-inch telescope. I've got a 10-inch telescope, and when I look at Jupiter, you can actually see the strata of Jupiter and the storm. And I highly recommend doing that. And Saturn, through a 10-inch telescope, you can see the rings of Saturn. It is phenomenal. All right, time to go inside.